Ahmed Ododo wins Kogi election by a landslide victory. Taraba government implements security measure after fatal school stabbing. Borno State enrolls 124,000 vulnerable into free healthcare services. On the foreign scene, Gaza's two largest hospitals shut amid non-stop raids. These are the headlines on Trust TV News Update at this hour. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared the candidate of the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the November 11 governorship election in Kogi State, Ahmed Ododo, winner of the poll. Ahmed defeated his closest rival in the contest, candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP Murtala Ajaka, in what has been a keen contest for the governor's seat. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
Ahmed Osman Ododo of APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected.
The governorship election in Kogi State has been won and lost after months of contestation and heated political campaign. The returning officer for the election made the declaration despite plans by INEC to conduct fresh elections across 9 wards in Ogori Mogongo Council, with growing complaints of alleged overvoting in some polling units. Announcing the results, APC's Ahmed Ododo polled 446,237 to secure a landslide victory, beating his closest rival Murtala Ajaka of the SDP, who scored 259,053 votes, as party agents expressed mixed reactions on the conduct of the exercise.
Yes, it's an election period. Everybody needs to talk and everybody needs to make complaint. An electoral process is a procedure which starts and must end. We're happy today that the INEC, I commend INEC for taking all the complaints from other parties, and they treated it. At the end of the day, they now find out that all their agitation and noise was just for them to be heard. But all the same, we're calling on all the parties to come and join hands with the new government. We'll run an open government in Kogi State, and I know that the incoming governor will definitely put his arm open for the other parties to come and be part of the government.
They complained yesterday as to the outcome of the results that was uploaded from the beavers to the IRF, where there were massive overvoting, even in the local government of upward of about 80,000. Difference between accredited voters and the vote that was in excess. And the National Commissioner issued a statement and a release, which is signed, to say that this is unacceptable and that it will be looked into. But they never did.
The announcement by INEC sent APC supporters into a frenzy as they jubilate through the night, with security agents on high alert to maintain law and order. From Lokoja, the Kogi State capital, Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News.
Meanwhile, National Chairman of the ruling All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Ganduje, has commended the conduct of the off-circle elections across Imo and Kogi State, where the party has secured election victory. Ganduje, in a congratulatory message signed by his Chief Press Secretary, Edwin Olofu, late Sunday night, said that APC's victory in the 2 states is a testament to the performance of Governor Uzodinma and the popularity of the party in Kogi State. And in the meantime, the Independent National Electoral Commission on Sunday night adjourned the collation of results in the November 11, 2023 Bayelsa State governorship election till Monday noon. Results from 6 of the 8 local government areas in the state, namely Kolokuma, Okpokuma, Ogbia, Yonogwa, Sagbama, Nembe, and Ekeremo, have been collated. The remaining local government areas are Brass and Southern Ijo, Professor Farouk Guta, who is the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Mina, and the State Returning Officer for the election in Bayelsa, adjourned the exercise on Sunday night. Governor Doye Diri of the People's Democratic Party's main opponent is a former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources and an ex-governor of the state, Timipre Silva. Silva, the All Progressives Congress candidate in the poll, was first Bayelsa governor from May 2007 and to April 2008, and later between May 2008 and January 2012. 2 years after the flood incident that claimed the ever-busy road linking Tiga and Rurum towns in Bebeji local government area of Kano State, residents are still struggling to maintain a narrow passage to keep the road from completely being inaccessible. Salim Ibrahim, who visited the area, reports.
2 years after the flood incidents washed up Tiga Dam and made the road deplorable, motorists and other road users say the road is yet to receive the needed attention. The overflow of the Tiga Dam, which cut off the main road and destroyed several farmlands and almost washed away the Sarkin Kogi Bridge. Neither rehabilitation of the road nor reconstruction of the bridge has commenced 2 years after. It is observed that the condition of the road is changing from bad to worse, and the narrow passage down the road managed by Good Samaritans is now becoming emblematic.
We are not finding it easy climbing this hill, and at a point in time, we have to pay for us to get to the top of the hill. Some of the drivers will push us up, and we give them stipends.
Rano, Rurum, Tiga, Durmawa, Boys Quarters, Sarkin Kogi, Sabuwar Kaura, Ruwan Kanya, Gidan Tsamiya, Doka, Gargai, and Rantan are some of the communities that directly depend on the road for economic and social activities. While many struggle to get across with the help of the residents who found new job in helping motorists, this year's rainy season saw the passage being eaten up and gradually increasing as erosion takes over.
We are the ones saddled with the responsibility of repairing this road during and after the erosion. We are calling on the government to come to our aid and fix the road, which is one of the popular roads in the state. Since the road serves as a route to some other states, it will go a long way to develop the state if developed by government.
When the dam overflowed 2 years ago, the then Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, visited the area and called for the closure of the Sarkin Kogi Bridge to ensure the safety of motorists and pedestrians. Though high-ranking government officials pledged government intervention and commitment to the protection of lives and property of citizens, but so far, nothing had been done to address the suffering of motorists and pedestrians on this road. Salim Umar Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano. Of the main road and destroyed several farmlands and almost washed away the Sarkin Kogi Bridge. Neither rehabilitation of the road nor reconstruction of the bridge has commenced 2 years after. It is observed that the condition of the road is changing from bad to worse, and the narrow passage down the road managed by Good Samaritans is now becoming emblematic.
We are not finding it easy climbing this hill, and at a point in time, we have to pay for us to get to the top of the hill. Some of the drivers will push us up, and we give them stipends.
Rano, Rurum, Tiga, Durmawa, Boys Quarters, Sarkin Kogi, Sabuwar Kaura, Ruwan Kanya, Gidan Tsamiya, Doka, Gargai, and Rantan are some of the communities that directly depend on the road for economic and social activities. While many struggle to get across with the help of the residents who found new job in helping motorists, this year's rainy season saw the passage being eaten up and gradually increasing as erosion takes over.
We are the ones saddled with the responsibility of repairing this road during and after the erosion. We are calling on the government to come to our aid and fix the road, which is one of the popular roads in the state. Since the road serves as a route to some other states, it will go a long way to develop the state if developed by government.
When the dam overflowed 2 years ago, the then Minister of Water Resources, Suleiman Adamu, visited the area and called for the closure of the Serkin Kogi Bridge to ensure the safety of motorists and pedestrians. Though high-ranking government officials pledged government intervention and commitment to the protection of lives and property of citizens, but so far, nothing had been done to address the suffering of motorists and pedestrians on this road. Salim Umar Ibrahim, Trust TV News, Kano.
Now, days after the fatal stabbing of a school teacher in Taraba, the state government is set to implement compulsory check of students in all secondary schools across the state. Similarly, principals of all secondary schools have been directed to collect telephone numbers of security agents for emergency situations that pose security threats. The State Commissioner for Education, Augustine Godwin, disclosed this during a press briefing where she said that the measure was to ensure safety of both students and teachers, adding that there were reports of some students coming to schools with weapons. The commissioner stated that the principal suspect in the murder of the teacher has been arrested by the police. During a meeting between the Academic Staff Union of Secondary Schools and officials of the Ministry of Education, the union agreed to suspend its planned closure of all government secondary schools and directed all principals to open schools on Monday. The Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, has issued marching order for the arrest of sea pirates who killed 4 personnel of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in Rivers State a week ago. Tunji-Ojo said that the suspected sea pirates must be tracked and made to face the wrath of the law for killing officers of the Corps who were on national assignment to protect the country's assets. 4 NSCDC personnel on pipeline surveillance patrol were a week ago attacked and killed by suspected sea pirates on the Bakana River in the Degema local government area of the oil-rich state. NSCDC Commandant General Ahmed Abubakar Audu, while addressing personnel of the Corps in Port Harcourt when he visited the River State Command on Saturday, said that the Minister of Interior also directed that compensation be paid to the families of the slain personnel. He urged the personnel to be focused and courageous in the fight against crude oil theft and the protection of key national assets, despite the latest attack. The Nigeria Customs Service has adjusted the foreign exchange rate for its tariffs and duties. The new rates were reflected on the single window trade portal of the federal government. According to information on the portal, the NCS exchange rate has gone up by 1.59% of 12.37 to 783.174 naira to the dollar. Rates vary for items from 5% to 35% and are assessed with reference to the prevailing harmonized commodity and coding system. Last month, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, announced the lifting of ban on 43 items previously restricted from accessing Forex. Consequently, the amount used to clear goods, including the 47 items at Nigerian ports, has increased. Members of the Correspondence Chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists Plateau State Chapter, in collaboration with Operation Safe Haven, have organized a walk to promote peace and unity while drawing attention to the menace of drug abuse. Plateau State has been battling with endemic ethno-religious crisis that has greatly destroyed social cohesion for decades. Ado Musa reports.
The peace walk began at the state headquarters of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, with participants walking long distance to various communities within Jos Metropolis to carry the messages of peace by highlighting the importance of togetherness to achieve sustainable development. According to the organizers of the event, the peace walk aims to sensitize residents, especially youth, on the dangerous effect of drug abuse and need to live peacefully with one another despite ethno-religious differences.
Okay, thank you very much. We decided to put this together so that because of to correct the impression that people outside Plateau have about Plateau. A lot of people feel Plateau is not peaceful, but we've decided to do this so that we will tell the world that the state is peaceful. It is only in a peaceful state that you can walk for kilometers without any interruption, without any issue.
Indeed, a good gesture where we promote peace. We, speak against other vices such as drug abuse. This is a very good initiative. Just like we have had it in the message that we have passed around the state this morning. Drug abuse is indeed a bad factor that promote violence in our society. So this is indeed a very good program for journalists who are residing in the state, coming out to bring out this peace is indeed a good effort.
That's why it is good for us to preach it to people that peace is good. We need peace. The government needs peace. Everybody needs peace. And that is why I said we should keep every other differences. Let's come together to promote this peace. I'm calling on everybody in this state, outside Plateau State, within Plateau State, if you're a resident in Plateau State, let's drop our differences and let's embrace peace so that we'll move this state forward.
Thank you. Peace ambassadors believe that peace-building efforts are often essential for sustainable development as they help to reduce tensions, prevent violence, and create an enabling environment for development initiatives to succeed. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly. Mounting economic pressure threatens the livelihood of stonemasons in Jigawa. Details and more after the break.
Hello and welcome to Creative Lounge on Trust TV. My name is Ahmed Mohammed Bello and I'm going to be taking you through my journey as an artist.
It was never a consensus. We did all our best. You see, in politics, you give your contribution to the best of your ability.
If you want, I'll forward to you this statement. You go to this bank and verify.
But there are people who say not spending money is not a virtue in itself.
Let me finish.
Because there's so much to be done.
Let me finish. Now, you don't allow me to explain myself.
The recent development shows abductions are now a factor of informants embedded in community.
It's not about the people of Katsina to say that, no, during my administration I was able to stop insecurity. No, it's about collective responsibility for all of us.
And what we should ask ourselves is not what has been seen, is the life better? Are there more people who are unemployed who are not become employed? Is the level of corruption has gone down? Is there inclusion? All those issues.
We're actually a gas country with associated oil. Our focus has always been on oil, that we have never paid significant attention to gas.
To do it effectively, we need to have honest conversation with ourselves. Government needs to come down from its higher horse and communicate with the people and build trust.
There must be a solution. We cannot continue this way. They must come back to the table and agree. So whose child will do deny education? All these children that sit for jam They want to go to higher institutions.
But just a short while ago, you were saying that why bring 10 children when you cannot cater for them? So why bring more universities when you cannot cater for the existing?
Welcome back. This is the news update on Trust TV. Here's a look at the top stories. Ahmed Ododo wins Kogi election by a landslide victory. Plus, Taraba government implements security measure after fatal school stabbing. In other news, the Borno State government has enrolled 124,000 vulnerable people affected by insurgents into healthcare system in some hard-to-reach local government areas in the state. The Executive Secretary, Borno State Contributory Healthcare Management Agency, Dr. Saleh Abba, disclosed this in Maiduguri, saying that the agency aims to enroll 250,000 vulnerable people affected by the conflict. He stressed that the initiative prioritizes well-being by ensuring that each primary healthcare center receives the necessary funding tailored to their unique needs, especially in the hard-to-reach communities in the Lake Chad. He added that vulnerable groups have been enrolled, including pregnant women, children and the elderly, and those living with disabilities in the free healthcare scheme. People who manually break rocks in Jigawa State say that the lack of government patronage is making it difficult for their craft to thrive. And the rock breakers say that despite their physically challenging occupation, they are struggling to cope with the harsh economic environment. Trust TV's Adamu Imam files in the report.
Rock breaking is a physically demanding job, which means most people cannot take it on. But someone has to do the job because of the demand for rocks in the construction industry. There are huge deposits of rocks in Dutse, the Jigawa state capital, which means there is a market where forces of demand and supply can interact. As I'm talking to you now, no one is patronizing our business here, unless those engaged in the petty building construction. We can't remember when last government officials came to buy from us. We just sit and watch. Only God that is helping us. This is hard labor, so he questioned that arises is why have people chosen this as an occupation. Before we had some capital for small business, but things have turned upside down. If we search for a job, it's never forthcoming. The capital has disappeared. Instead of to remain idle, we decided to join this hard labor to manage our lives. If we can have a strong union in this job, we are good to go. But the reverse is the case. We have no one to champion our cause here, so that we should speak with one voice to boost our business morale and progress in the end. This may not be an attractive job because it is physically and mentally draining, but it provides means of livelihood to many youths who otherwise will have been unemployed. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Jigawa.
Now, on the foreign scene, the World Health Organization Director General Tedros Adhanom has warned of a dire and perilous situation in Gaza's hospitals, saying that more patients, including premature babies, are tragically dying. Gaza's two largest hospitals, Al-Shifa and Al-Quds, have both closed. Israeli snipers continue to fire at anyone near Al-Shifa hospital, trapping thousands inside. The International Committee of the Red Cross has said that the conditions under which civilians are evacuating in the Gaza Strip are precarious and unsafe. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Joseph Borrell has said that pauses are needed to enable the evacuation of hospital patients who need urgent medical attention. More than 11,100 Palestinians have been killed in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7, although the number has not been updated since contact was lost with key hospitals on Friday. In Israel, the death toll from Hamas's attacks stands at more than 1,200, having been revised downwards. And in sports news, Northwest Giants, Kano Pillars and Katsina United managed to record 1-0 victories over Ayimba and Rivers United, respectively, in the Nigeria Premier League Week 8 fixtures played on Sunday. Now, at the Sani Abacha Stadium, Abba Adam scored the only goal of the match in the 71st minute for Kano Pillars to nick the maximum points, while Katsina United goal in the Katsina United's goal in the 47th minute was enough to hand them victory over Rivers United at the Muhammadu Dikko Stadium, while Pillars now occupy 8th position on the table with 12 points from 8 matches. Their neighbors, Katsina United, are 11th with 11 points from the same number of matches. Elsewhere, Lobby Stars defeated Sporting Lagos 1-0 at the Lafia Township Stadium to maintain their leadership of the table with 17 points, but are closely followed by Remo Stars, who have an outstanding match to play. In Akure, Sunshine Stars were held to a 2-2 draw by Enugu Rangers. 3SC forced Kwara United to a 1-1 draw at the Ilorin Township Stadium, and Plateau United spanked Abia Warriors 3-1 in Jos, while Tornadoes settled for a 0-0 draw with Bendel Insurance in Kaduna. However, it rained goals in Ikene, where Remo Stars dropped Gombe United 4-0. And that's a wrap on the news update. You can watch more via all our social media platforms and also on our YouTube live stream. I am Ayuba Ila. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.